Hey folks, our talk today is about Western nations visa restrictions then and now. I started this my immigration journey like in the mid 90s, start to consider it. I was a young registered nurse then in my country. And so I started, to explore, my countries in my neighborhood. That is, like our sister countries. And I decided to travel to Ghana because then, I was starting the American journey. You need to take some exams, which the center was in Ghana, that's CGFNS, for registered nurses, international nurses that want to practice abroad. And actually then the reason is that I wanted higher education. I heard about nurses that gets to doctorate level, and that was my plan. And I'm proud of myself today that I was able to achieve that long term, long age, purpose in life. I feel so fulfilled. I feel so proud, of myself, and I give all the thanks and all the glory to God. So then, in the mid 90s, the start of my journey, I visited Ghana, for my exams. The only center in Africa then that I know in West Africa was Ghana. So I went to take the exam in Ghana. And then from there, Ghana people, my people, they are very warm and hospitable and welcome. And, because like the centers we use, they told us about like visiting some of the embassies, in Ghana. So we decided just to do, an adventure. We didn't book any plan. We did not schedule any appointment. They say it's not necessary, for you to know the immigration system then going to the West and now. So we said really that we did not, we won't, we are moving out, we finished our exam that day. And I think like our accommodation, the place were put up schedule like for a week, to explore Ghana, being that was my first time then in Ghana. So to our surprise, we went to the Canadian embassy just to waka pass, just to walk in and see the welcome, the warm welcome, the way they welcome us, the warm welcome. It was like we were just visiting like a friend. They took us to like different rooms explaining what international practice is about, like education too. Like I was interested in getting higher education. They explained the pathway. They had our time, and that we didn't see any rush, any queue. It was then Africa was really the desire of many of the Western countries. They were the one that they wanted to explore Africa, and because of that, they were opening doors for whosoever have interest in checking into the embassy. So I was really surprised. They gave us a lot of literature about information, how to process admissions, how to process work visa, how to process this and all that. But I was not convinced because I always, like to have a solid decision, anything I want to do, because I don't have anyone in Canada. Then most of my families were based in the United Kingdom. They have the education in the UK. So that was where my heart was. So, and my uncle was in UK then, who also was cheering for me, to come to the UK. Nursing is really lucrative in the UK. In fact, that's the only thing that supported me when he came home. He went to UK for his PhD, and I was in nursing school then, not before this time. Before at this time that I went to Ghana, I've already graduated my registered general nursing, my psychiatry, and the midwifery, like following the British pattern of educational system. So I said, okay, this is the welcome in Ghana. Let me see how it is in Nigeria. So I decided again to visit, the British embassy in Lagos. And my uncle told me that no, they are going to welcome you. He already motivated me to go. That even when he went, the day he went for his own visa, going for PhD in the UK, that they asked him, are you not going with your wife? Are you not going with your kids? He said no, he just wants to go explore first. He's going for study. So he went for the first year, then the second year he came, for the wife first, and then eventually before coming to take the children. So he explained that to me, and I went with that mindset, and I met it, that way. Then in this almighty British embassy in Lagos. So they welcome, they were warm. There's no line, no pressure, not the overwhelming situation that I eventually met when I decided. And that is, why I'm making this video, that, every country, if they make one policy today, that policy is not going to wait for you for life, for eternity. So just anytime, you are ready for anything, you are convinced, you made your plan, your inquiry, just go for it, start. But if you're overthinking like me, like I was taking my time, I wanted to do this course, I wanted to be, like when I get there, I never wanted, that was my plan, that if I'm leaving my country, I'm not going anywhere to do menial job. So I was making my money then too in Nigeria. I was saving, I was working in eyebrow hospitals in Victoria Island, Ikoyi axis. So I was saving my money. I opened, my domiciliary account for pounds, for dollars and all that. So that I just wanted soft landing for myself. Yeah, so but the time I was ready, the policy have changed. That's why I'm making this video, that's the visa policy then and now. So things have changed by the time I started, and then it was out of control, like the lots of middlemen, at that time, that even to book an appointment, to get a date, it was really a big deal, just for interview. And then the thing there is that there was non-appearance then. Everyone has to appear. It has to be in person, probably a student visa, visit visa, transit visa. Then most of this airline, if you are going to board, maybe like you are going to the United States and you are going to fly British airline, you have to get a transit visa. To UK, if you are going to fly Air France, you have to get France visa. All those embassies, they were just, oh my goodness. It was really a lot, then that. And because of the huge number of people that are applying, for different visa, they have huge number, we are big in Nigeria, over 200 million people. I don't know, even if 1%, even 0.5%, they're applying, for an embassy, and then they were not generous like this then, like they can give 1 week, depending on what they are going to do, 1 week visa, 1 month visa, 2 months, and all that. It was actually America that first started the 2 years visa before British embassy bought that idea too. So because of the short, just like they are trying to return back to now, so the embassy is always full, because like the people that are frequent travelers, frequent flyers, they have to be coming in again and again. So it was very cumbersome and rowdy. And then by the time I went to make inquiry, for the visa interview to UK, they said the visa interview start by 2 a.m. So I live in the island, yeah, then, but as at that time, how do I get, I was not mobile then, how do I get myself, from home to, so they said that people come to stay around, hotel around and all that. So by the time I got there 2 a.m., I don't know what my number is. The line it was like a stadium, the whole place, with mopole, pushing and all that. Wow, it was really a very traumatic experience, because we want to get visa for a country that colonized us, Britain. So it was really a different experience from when I went to the embassy to make inquiry, and now that I'm ready for it, what I met on the ground. So it was really, really very traumatic. And Years later, when I traveled to the UK, I visited a colleague, a friend, and the husband was telling me, Auntie, how does embassy look like? I said, you don't know it. Don't pray for that. This individual is a British citizen now, but in his lifetime, then he was on ILR. He has never been to any embassy in the world, and it is he was, he was feeling like an incomplete person, that he doesn't know how, he does not have experience of being in the embassy, because when the wife got the work visa, so the British embassy just courier his own visa, 5 years visa to him, and then the next one they got the ILR, and then after that he got the British uh, passport. So, and the British passport opened door to him to any country he wants to visit, America, any part of the world, with the British passport. But not too long after, because people were speaking up, and then it was really messy. So the embassy too, they changed to the courier. They followed the pattern of the United States, because the United States was already doing the courier. Then you don't need to appear at the United States embassy if it is not really important. They are going to email or write you that you need to appear. Before this time around, that even before this, even previously, like that's about 20 years ago. So they started, and that was really easy. So what am I trying to say? There is no policy any of this country that is for everlasting. So if you want to travel, you want to visit, you need to plan. You need to have a goal, and you need to have, from this time A to time B to time C, because these are not in your control, and you need to plan so that it's not going to shatter your dream, or shatter your plan, or slow you down, so that you can get on top of your life plan. Yeah, like I said, I had a goal, I had a plan, I know what I wanted. I wanted higher education. I was not ready for menial job, and I never do that. Even like CNA, when I came, I first focused on getting my board exam, and that's what I did. My main purpose of coming to the West is to have higher education that my country deprived me. I couldn't get it then, because of the bureaucracy and all the policy, all the whatever. So I wanted an authentic certificate that would be able to impact generations, that would be able to impact, the world, healthcare. Yeah, like, because I love this profession since I came into it, and the way I got into the healthcare is another story for another day. So I stick to my plan, and I already, lay down my objective, my goal, how I'm going to go from there. My bachelor, my master degree, passed my board exam, became a nurse practitioner, and then moving from one level of pay, to 6 figures, then went to doctoral, and on my own terms, I was able to negotiate, like I said, on my own terms. No one is able to put me in a cage or in a box, and anywhere that is toxic, I get myself out within. And so, what am I saying? In essence, laws change, government change. They are, because it's out of your control. So anytime you have that visa, even before you go for its plan, what do you intend to do with this visa? Is it for visit? Is it for adventure? Is it for study? Is it for work? Is it for business? Yeah, make your whatever, and then move quickly, so that you can get what you want to get on time. You can better your life, you can better your generation, you can have a happy and fulfilled life. And that's what I've come to motivate you with this video today, that is doable. It's doable. You just need to get a good plan, and you stick to your plan, whatever come, and be ready, to meet all the prerequisites, all the requirements, and be on top of your game. All right, I hope you learned something, and this is me, your mental clinician, Dr. Debbie, and I would like you to comment, to like, to share this video. And my goal is to encourage and support people for happier life, to help folks to achieve their life purpose and dreams, and to have that clarity of purpose. And we are going to get there and be on top. Until I come your way again, be good. Bye.